It's 5 a.m. and my partner Eric and I are just departing high camp on the Annapurna circuit. The air is thin, the temperature is cold, and the stars are sparkling above my head in the still dark sky. I train my eyes on the beam of my headlamp, which illuminates the path in front of me, and as I do so, I think about how I am literally miles above all the haters and the naysayers, Dad, who said that I was biting off a little more than I could chew when I decided to come to Nepal and go for the 18,000-foot Throngla Pass. And just as I'm thinking, like, I should celebrate, I should scream something primal into the wind or something, I vomit on the side of the mountain. Here's the thing. When I was in 9th grade, I read a book called Surviving the Extremes by Dr. Kenneth Kamler. It's all about what happens to the human body and mind in the most extreme environments on Earth. And the chapter about high altitude planted the seed of adventure in my soul. More than anything, I wanted to know what my body could do. Could it carry me to the roof of the world? Could it lift me above the clouds? So when in 2018, Eric and I were between jobs, and he asked me if I wanted to go hiking, I knew that this was my ticket. He probably meant Maine or Colorado or something, but for me, it was the Himalayas or nothing. So after months of planning and preparation, on top of years of dreaming, there I am. I am less than half a vertical mile below this pass, but I am kneeling in the snow, confused and scared. Our friend and guide, Laxman, rushes over to me and he starts compressing the sides of my head. And I know he's doing so because he's concerned I have high altitude cerebral edema or HACE. And thanks to surviving the extremes, I do know what that is. But unfortunately, it's one of those things that you don't survive. So Laxman's eyes bore into mine as we are just eye to eye in the snow. And he says, Jade, we have to get you up and down as soon as possible. We're almost there and let's go quickly. So I'm looking around, I'm trying to figure out how exactly I'm gonna sprint at 16,000 feet while feeling a little bit ill. And then I hear a bell ring. And I'm like, that's it, I'm dead. Jesus is ringing my dinner bell, calling me home. But I turn and I see coming towards me on the trail a man and a horse with a bell around its neck. And Laxman looks at me, and I can tell what he's thinking. And I'm angry. I don't want to ride a horse to the top of this thing. Like, what? I came halfway around the world to find out what my body could do alone. Riding this horse, that's cheating. But Laxman insists. And so next thing I know, Laxman and this guy Dashi are like shouldering me up onto the horse. And it's only when I am face down on the horse's back, reins clutched above my head, like horse's belly squeezed between my thighs, that I regret not saying something about how I have no idea how to ride a horse. No clue. And so, this isn't exactly a beginner's environment either. The incline is steep. The temperature is below freezing, so I'm in a snowsuit. And this horse does not have a saddle. So once the horse starts moving, it's like a high altitude mechanical bull ride. Like he starts moving and I'm sliding backwards and I'm shimmying back up and then I'm sliding backwards and I'm shimmying back up. And it's like, I'm humping this horse at like high altitude. It's bad. It's so not the moment of glory that I was imagining when I was in 9th grade. But you know what? I dig in deep and I ride the hell out of Dashi's horse. Like, it's called surviving the extremes, not thriving. To chase your dreams, or at least pursue them on a horse, you need to use all the tools available to you. So when I round that final bend and I see the valley and the clouds both sprawled out below me, I don't stop to wonder, did I do it? Does this count? Because I know I did, and I know it does. It's not the final 2,000 feet. That's not all that matters in the end. It's the hundreds of thousands that have come before and all the dreams you dared to look in the eye and to which you said, okay, let's do this. I know that if I could travel back in time and find that 14-year-old girl who's just finished surviving the extremes, maybe I would tell her, you won't make it to the top all on your own. If I tell her that, she'll be really disappointed. But I know what I'll tell her next. I'll tell her that no matter what, it's going to be one hell of a ride, and the view will blow her mind. Thank you.
Jade Eliason.